These kinds of criticisms are supposed to get God off the hook, but what they do is reinvent God. You reinvent a God who is not all-knowing. You reinvent a God who is not all-powerful. That's the only way out, and that's why that kind of theology exists. But let's follow along with, let's call the group one, the fact that God hasn't got the knowledge, that he doesn't have the information when he creates, so he doesn't know really what's going to happen. This would fit into the system called process theology. Process theology is a group that have reinvented God as a deity in progress. He is not the God today that he was yesterday because he knows more today, because more has happened today. And he's finding it out as it happens. This is also what openness theism believes. That God is in process. He is not now what he used to be. He's better now. The process has really helped him. But he is not what he will be a week from now, because there will be more things that he'll discover as history unfolds. And with the unfolding of history came the unfolding of evil. And so God is off the hook because God just didn't know. God couldn't know because he couldn't know what hasn't happened. That is the openness approach. God can't be responsible for evil. Evil exists, and therefore God couldn't have known that it was coming until it showed up. In fact, they'll go so far as to say he hoped the best for Adam. So much for positive thinking, even on God's part. He's not omniscient, so when evil showed up, he had to come up with plan B, which was the cross. Well, you get the picture. These are people who lack a true and biblical view of God. They also lack a God-focused, God-exalting, God-dominated view of the universe. They look at things from a man-centered perch, and they need to be certain that God doesn't violate any of their rules. It can't be true that God has both the full knowledge of evil and the full power to prevent it and still let it come into existence, because that means he ordained it. If he had the full knowledge of it and the full power to deal with it, and it exists, then he ordained it. That's more than an Arminian can swallow. Either he didn't have the knowledge or he didn't have the power, so you have to reinvent God. There are people actually who aren't even that sophisticated. They're just short answer folks. We hinted at them earlier. You say, where did evil come from? And they'll say, oh, it came from Adam and Eve. Really? How did it get introduced to Adam and Eve? Well, oh yeah, that's right. It came from the snake. Well, how did the snake get to a place where he could be embodied by Satan? And how did Satan get to be Satan, in which he was tempting people to do evil? Oh, well, he came from heaven, didn't he? So where did evil originate?